Hey everybody, it's Sister Fantastic here, and it's a lovely day here in Savannah, Tennessee, and I'm back to filming. And so today what I have for you is a challenge that is called How I Did My Makeup in High School. So anyway, it's been many years since I've been to high school, but the trend for 2017 is going to lean more towards minimalistic makeup, and that got me to thinking about how I did makeup when I was in high school. And I didn't use very many products at all, as you'll see today. You can use just a few things and put together an easy 5 or 10 minute look. So we're going to get started here today with a little bit of foundation. This is Santee liquid foundation and in the color Bear, and I bought this at shopmissa.com. When we were in high school, we used to buy our makeup at the drugstore, and so I'm going to lean towards drugstore makeup, drugstore priced makeup in this tutorial, and just show you not using all the exact same products, but things that were similar to what I used when I was in school. So I didn't start wearing makeup really until I was in the 10th grade. And so I'm just going to do this with my fingers just like I did back then. And so anyhow, when I started wearing makeup, it wasn't very much at all. And I just used a little bit of foundation. And I didn't even cover my whole face. I just went through like the T-zone area, the place where I had some discoloration. I didn't feel like my skin looked that bad at that time, which, you know, I was so young and my skin was so young. And so I just covered like underneath my eyes, my nose, just blended it on down into my cheek area, and got my chin and just the center of my forehead. And I just kind of, you know, blended everything out a little bit towards the edges of my face, but I left the edges of my face just bare and natural, and it looked good to me, and that's, you know, that's how I thought. So that's what I'm going to do today. So as you can see here, this is just a very light coverage of foundation, and so we're just going to roll with that. I didn't use any powder back then. I did use powdered products, but I didn't use any powder to set the foundation. I didn't use concealer. I didn't use any brow products. I did use blush. And so I was going through my collection, and I found this old blush that I have by Maybelline. And it's so wore off on the back of it, I can't even tell what color this is. But anyway, it's just a really light peachy pink. So I'm going to use it today, and I'm going to use the applicator that came with it, as I still have it, and show you just what I did when I was in high school. I loved blush, and I would wear quite a bit of it. I don't think I overdid it, but you could definitely see it on my face. So anyway, this is a pretty good color for me, I think. I have a lot of blushes, and I love blush. And my Ipsy bag, they send me blush a lot too, so because they know I like it. Alright, and then I would just take it up a little bit on my temples, and you know, we didn't have bronzer back then, so I would just, you know, kind of dab it here and dab it there, and I just gave myself that overall flushed look, like I'd, you know, just come in from being outside, and, you know, I had that sun-kissed glow on my face, and I liked that. So that's how I did my blush back then. Okay, the next thing that I concentrated on when I was young was eyeshadow, and the very first eyeshadow that I ever bought was either by Maybelline or CoverGirl. I can't remember the brand, but it was one of those two, and it was like a mint green. And so I have this palette by LA Colors that I recently bought at the Dollar Tree, and it's got the color that I want to use. And this one right here comes out really, really light. So I'm going to use this one. And I just used one color of eyeshadow. And I would put it on the lid and just a little bit above the lid. And I have blue eyes, and so I thought that this bluish green made my blue, blue eyes pop out. And my mother had blue eyeshadow. She wore blues and bluish grays. And I liked her eyeshadows, but I wanted to be, from the very start, I wanted to be my own person. I wanted to have my own personal look. I didn't want to look just like my mother. And my mother used CoverGirl foundation. And I feel pretty sure that's what I used. And they still sell that stuff. I found it at the Dollar General store not too long ago. And it still smells the same. But anyway, when we were little kids, we used to get into my mom's makeup. And I remember putting on foundation. And her lipstick. And of course, you can't just put on a little bit when you're a kid. You got to put on a whole bunch. But anyway, when you're in high school, you care about what you look like more than you care about the makeup product itself. So anyway, this is, this is how I did it. And I wouldn't go, any farther than the crease. I would just lay this on the eyelid, and I'm sure by the end of the day, it was completely worn off because, back then we didn't use eyeshadow primers or, I didn't even hear of anything like that. Okay, so it looks kind of bluish, but it's definitely got those green tones in it. And I think I've got some fallout here. I just don't know how we dealt with all those little problems when we were young. It seems like we just take a tissue and just try to dab away at it and do the best that we could, or maybe even take a little bit more foundation and just kind of cover things up, So, but anyway, but here's a swatch of that color, just so you can see it up close on my skin, which I think it goes really well with my skin, my freckles and everything. And I would try to find clothing that would accentuate this color. And I remember certain clothes, that just stand out in my mind. Okay, and the next thing that I focused on was mascara, because I've got these blonde eyelashes. And I really wanted to cover them up. I wanted to cover them up in the 9th grade, but my mom wouldn't let me wear mascara then. So I probably would have wore makeup in the 9th grade if she would have let me. But anyway, she wanted me to be 13 years old. And I didn't turn 13 until, it seems like it was the November of my 9th grade year. I can't remember. But anyway, by that time, school pictures had already been taken, and you can see in my school picture in the 9th grade, I did not have any makeup on. So anyway, this is just some e.l.f. mascara, waterproof mascara. It's volumizing, and I got this at CVS for like $3. This is a really good bargain. So I'm just going to go in with this, and I didn't put mascara on the bottom lashes when I first started wearing makeup. I think I wore makeup for about at least a year or two before I started putting mascara on the bottom. So I'm just going to put it on the top today, just to kind of give you an idea of what I looked like back then. Of course, I was really young back then. And when you're thinner and younger, you look a lot different than what you do when you're in your 50s. Okay, and I would just put on a simple coat of mascara, try to keep the eyelashes separated. I had friends of mine that wore like 4, 5, 6 coats of mascara, and they would put more on in between class in the school bathroom. And I always used to shake my head at them because their eyelashes were so clumped together. And I took pride in keeping my eyelashes separated. And Isn't it funny how those little things just come back to you when you do something like this? I hadn't thought about that in years. Okay, so there you go. One good coat of mascara. Just a little something something to add to the eyes. And I like to wear them brown black. Okay, and then the final thing that I would do is I would put on some clear lip gloss. And we had these like little roller ball clear lip glosses. And I can't even remember the names, but anyway, they were like fruit scented, bubblegum scented, and lip smackers. That's what they were called. And so anyhow, but I don't have any of that. But I do have this really pretty lip gloss by LA Colors called Just Kissed. And it's almost clear. It's got like a peachy sheen to it. It was like back then, the shinier your lips were, the better it looked. And so there you have it. There is my minimalistic high school look. This is what I wore to school every day. I wore this same color eyeshadow and same color blush and same makeup items. These same products every single day. I never changed it up. And then later on, you know, I got to where I changed things up and started, you know, introducing myself to newer products and different colors of eyeshadow and so forth. New techniques, you know. Okay, so there you have it. We have the minimalistic high school makeup challenge. And with how many products did I use? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 products. 5 products. So there you go. Well, thanks for tuning in today. Appreciate y'all spending time with me and indulging me in a trip down memory lane. Make sure and subscribe today. Leave me a comment and let me know what kind of products you wore when you were in high school and what you think about this minimalistic makeup. So anyhow, hope you have a good day, a blessed day, and I love you and I appreciate you for tuning in. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.